Yes, good afternoon, Siddhi and Navjot. Wait for some time. Yes, good afternoon, Saiba. Good afternoon, Puneet. Good afternoon, Khushbu. So, students, today I'm starting the class now. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Now listen, yesterday, up till yesterday, we have done about your liberalization. Okay, what was all about your liberalization and how the reforms are being taken in industrial sector, financial sectors, tax, okay, trade and instrument, foreign exchange, and all those things. Now we will be going through about the next stage or the next policy of the new economic policy of 1991 is a privatization. The word student privatization, you can guess from this word private means this word or this topic or this reform, this policy, sorry, not topic or reform, it's a policy of new economic policy. It's all will be dealing with your private sector or privatization. So what it is written here, students, privatization means transfer of ownership, management and control of public sector enterprises to the entrepreneurs in the private sector. Yes, the ownership, management, control which was being previously done by public sector, it will be transferred from the public sector to private sector, just like the landlord and tenant situation, just like the land reform situation. Try to compare this thing, a same thing, the name is only different. In land reform, what happens, students? Whatever land the landlord used to have previously, zamindars has captured from the tenants, in the land reform what they have to do, they have to return back the land, the ownership, the control of the land will be transferred from the landowners or the zamindars to the tenants. Tenants mean the farmers, means the farmers are getting back their own land, they are getting back their control over their own land, they're getting back their ownership, management over their own land. Same thing like the private, here the private sector will now get back their control, their power, their ownership, their management from public sector. This ownership will be transferred, this management and the control will be transferred from public sector to the private sector or the entrepreneurs in the private sectors. Now what it is written here, privatization implies greater role of the private sector in the economy, okay, in the economic activities of the country. What is telling, privatization implies, wait for 1 second, I'm sliding it the phone, then it will be good for you to see also. Wait, okay, now you can able to see nicely, it will be a straight line. Okay, now so privatization implies greater role of the private sector in the economic activities of the country. So in the economic activities now the important role will be performed by whom? Performed by these private sectors or the entrepreneurs of the private sectors. Over the years, Indian government has diluted its stake in several public enterprises, including IPCL, IBP, Maruti Udyog, etc. So what happens over the years, many years, Indian government has done is very much played its role. Indian government has played its role in every sphere of it. But now privatization has came up. But now this new economic policy has told that no, private sector will be given their own ownership, own control. Okay, so how was this privatization was being done? There were two ways in which this privatization was done, students. First of all, the ways transfer of ownership and management of public sector companies from the government to the private sector. Yes, previously the companies, public sector companies which was taken by the government or which was under the government was came in the hand of whom? Was came in the hand of private sector. Second, privatization of the public sector undertaking PSU by the selling of part of the equity of the PSUs to the public. This process is known as disinvestment. Now what is this disinvestment? When public sector sell their half of their equity means their shares, bonds, debentures, all the liquid assets. These are known as liquid assets. When the public sector sell off their shares, bonds to the public, this was known as the disinvestment policy. Okay, so the privatization of the public sector undertaking was what? Wow, how this privatization was taken place? When first of all public sector transferred their ownership from public sector to private sector, and second, when the public sector is selling off half of their shares or bonds or debentures to the public. This is a process of disinvestment. Now this disinvestment word sometimes, maximum times, it comes in 1 marks in your question paper. That what do you mean by disinvestment? Tell this thing only. So the main purpose of privatization was mainly to improve financial discipline and facilitate modernization. Yes, under public sector, the country, the economy was not modernizing. So how the country or economy will start modernizing? When private sector will come, when the quality will be looked upon into a good force, when the private sector start working hard to improve the quality. And you know, since private sector all means about money terms, profit terms, they maintain the quality very much. They maintain the quality very much because their main intention is to earn profit, and people will invest upon them. Only the people or the consumers can able to get good quality and quantity of things from them. Then only the people will invest. So for modernization, for many other things, for development of the country, development of the economy, this privatization came up. It was also believed that private capital and managerial capabilities will help in improving performance of the PSUs. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, Tanveer. Now listen whatever I am telling, okay? So what is telling? It was also believed that private capital and managerial capabilities will help in improving performance of the PSUs. Now, when PSUs will also look or see the working structure or working situation of the private sectors, they will from their heart and soul will try to improve their working pattern, also will work efficiently also. And in this manner, both the public sector and private sector start working in equal position or equal force, and the country or the economy at last will start improving. Okay, so there are, in this you will see that there are some for arguments in favor of privatization, arguments against privatization, power booster. This booster is there for the privatization, arguments in favor and against. It's a debate of type. Just keep in mind what is about privatization. It's a very small topic. Now you will come up with the most important topic, and that is your globalization. And what is this globalization, students? See what it is written here. Globalization means integrating the national economy. Integrating means coming together, mixing, opening the gate of national economy with the world economy. Means when India come in contact with the world, when national, our India only will open up, will work or play in every field of the with the world. Okay, they are not confined in only one room. Their gate are being opened and they can able to play their role in a very good manner with the world economy through removal of barriers on international trade and capital movements. Now I want to share you something, that a person or a baby, if you just put him or her in one single room, you tie with a rope and you keep him or her in a single place from time to time for many days. Work properly, can able their his or her mind will just go on nicely, her brain, should his or her brain is working nicely, is it? No, because he or she is staying in only one place. You have tied him or her up, so the growth will not take place in any sphere of that baby. Same thing, if India previously public sector has done, tied the India with barriers, rules, restrictions, many things, they were not able to do trade with foreign or world. What happens? India was confined to only one place only. India does not know what is competition. India does not know how competition takes place with other countries, with foreign countries. Now, this new economic policy and through globalization, India started competing with world economy, and it was very a good opportunity for India to work with the world, to work with the foreign, with the means of trade and capital movement up and down from foreign. Okay, now what is this globalization telling? It's generally understood to mean integration of the economy of the country with the world economy, which I've told just now. However, it is a complex phenomenon. Yes, everything has some disadvantage, everything has a struggle, but you have to overcome those things. Yet this globalization, when you are just opening India with the world economy, national economy with the world economy, there may be the working procedure may be complex, it may be very much difficult, but it is an outcome of the set of various policies that aim to transform the world towards greater interdependence and integration. But still, however, this is a complex phenomenon, but still this globalization is necessary, student. Why? Because to make India greater interdependence, okay, and to make India a self-integration working by their own ability. Whenever they will come into contact with world, whenever they'll come into trade between the foreign, what happens, the India will look into the foreign goods, they can see what problems India are having in compared to the foreign. More or less, for foreign or world is foreign countries are much more developed from India, but if and only India can become developed only when India shake hands with foreign, start trade with foreign, then only it can able to cope up with the foreign competition. It involves creation of networks and activities transcending economic, social and geographical boundaries. In short, globalization aims to create a borderless world. There should not be any border between any countries. Means the country can able to free to move anywhere, wherever it likes. The country can able to trade between any country wherever it wants. Okay. Now comes changes made by the globalization of the Indian economy. So certain changes should be done. What changes were being done? The new economic policy NEP 1991 prepared a specified list of high technology and high investment priority industries in which automatic permission will be available for foreign direct investment up to 51% of the foreign equity. So first policy was what of NEP? To list out categorize the high technology and high investment industries. Those industries are using high technology, those industries are providing high investment related work they are doing. Those industries, there should not be any permission, they will not take any permission, without which automatic permission will be available. So they will always have a permission that foreign should invest upon them. Foreign come to India for what? To invest upon us, so that they also can make some profit, we also can make some profit. So that high technology, foreign will not come to the low technology industries, and those industries which are investing less, they will deal with some big industries, those who are with high technology, those who are with high investment capacity. So foreign will invest upon those industries. So for those industries only, new economic policy has told that no permission for those industries to be taken with doing anything work doing with foreign. They can do any work related with the foreign without any permission. Automatic permission will be granted to them related to these foreign investments. Okay. Second, in respect of foreign technology agreements, automatic permission is provided in high priority industries up to a sum of rupees 1 crore. No permission is now required for hiring foreign technicians or for testing indigenously developed technology abroad. Now sometimes what happens, students, Indian industries, Indian factories may not have technicians. Maybe possible some technicians they want from foreign. So here this new economic policy has told to the Indian industry, yes, you can hire those foreign technicians whenever you like, and sum of 1 crore has been given to them to invest upon those foreign technicians. Means a new economic policy, NEP, what it wants to do, it wants to do that, bring those technicians from foreign, let them work in India, pay them the money, and see how they are doing their work technically, how they are doing their work efficiently. Indians always lag behind in many things, but always lacking behind and sitting in the room is not the meaning of new economic policy, not the meaning of globalization. Globalization means to see others and to work in your own, to look others and to work in your own. Okay, so third point, in order to make international adjustments of Indian currency, rupee was devalued in July 1991 by nearly 20%. It stimulated exports, discouraged imports, and raised the influx of foreign capital. Now, our main intention is to get foreign dollars. Okay, students. Now, how we will get foreign dollars? When foreign will start purchasing our good. When the foreign will start purchasing our good, the foreign are obvious to pay for those goods. Now, when will foreign pay or foreign purchase our good? When our currency becomes devalued, becomes less in compared to dollar. Okay, previously we have to pay 70 rupees for $1 exchange of currency. Now we have to pay 80 rupees per dollar. So what happens? So we have to pay more currency for $1, means our currency has devalued. And this is the situation when the foreign countries starts purchasing goods from India, and foreign start paying for those goods to India. And that is the situation when India gathers dollar from foreign countries. That is only foreign capital, collecting foreign capital. Okay. Again, I will tell about this foreign capital, about this devaluation of currency. You can able to understand 100% from balance of payment chapter in macro. But that macro balance of payment chapter is very much last. At the last of your book, you will see of it. I will go through it step by step. Okay. So don't get any tensed about. Now come to the fourth point. What is the fourth point of globalization? To integrate Indian economy with world, the Union budget 1992 to 1993 made Indian currency partially convertible, and then the rupee was made fully convertible into 1993 to 1994 budget. So this fourth point is totally about the budget and totally about the balance of payment. It was all about the currency situation, changing the currency with the dollar. Okay, so keep aside this one. Fifth one, a new 5-year export import policy 1992 to 1997 was announced by the government to establish the framework of globalization of India's foreign trade. The policy removed all restriction and controls on the external trade and allowed market forces to play a greater role in respect of exports and imports. This is fifth point is very important. For this point only this globalization has came up for the trade, for to open the trade, external trade from foreign with foreign. Why? So that the Indian economy start developing with collaboration with the developed foreign countries. And how the India will develop? Remove the restriction. And this export import policy 1992 to 1997 5-year export import policy has removed all the restriction related to those trade barriers, trade matters. Okay, sixth point, in order to bring the Indian economy within the ambit of global competition, the government has modified the custom duty to a considerable extent. According, the peak rate of custom duties has been reduced from 250% to 10% in 2007 to 2008 budget. So what is this custom duty? Custom duty is duties which are levied on trade related matters, export, import matter, etc. all those. So that custom duty previously was 250%. It was reduced to 10% in 2007 to 2008 budget. Means this tax duty related things also hamper very much student in trade. Whenever tax matters comes, no students, then the consumers, the people go backside. Nobody wants, because India is a developing country. Previously it was underdeveloped country. People has a mentality of saving. People has a mentality of using their money for their own purpose. They don't want their money to go to government and tax is given to government only. We have the mentality, no, we will not pay tax to the government. Many people have the mentality, many people may not have the mentality. Okay, but a country will develop only when we pay tax to the government, because with that tax money only government able to make various or provide various services to us. But that tax collection should be at a reasonable rate. Matter is here, the tax collection from the government should be reasonable. It does not go up to that highest peak level that people will cannot able to afford. Only the people will go backward, the people will stay backward. And in trade related matters, this duties, these taxes, this import substitutions, this export duty, import duty should be reduced totally, because if it is reduced, the producers or the consumers will take an interest, or if it is not reduced, the producer consumers will not play any role with the foreign, and the India will remain as underdeveloped as it was before. Now there are some positive and negative traits, mean positive and negative things or sentences in favor or in against of globalization. What is it? First of all, in favor of, what it is telling, globalizing result, what it result? Greater access to the global market. Global market means world market. Okay, globalization brings India and other countries in one market, where various countries come and play their active role. That is a global market. Globalization provide this one. Second positive thing, advanced technology. Yes, for this globalization only technology has been advanced totally. Second, third, Better future prospects for large industries for developing countries to become important players in the international arena. Yes, by playing now, by working now with the foreign, with the world economy, by playing an active role in the world economy, what happens? The future will also be good for those industries of the developing countries who will start playing an active role. What I am telling? I am telling that the large industries, by playing from now only with the world, with the foreign, they will become or start playing as an important player, okay, in the international market. These are all the positive side of the globalization. So there may be some negative side, because negative and positive always be there in some every matter, not some every matter. So what was the negative traits or against of this globalization? First, globalization has been criticized by some scholars because, according to them, benefits of globalization accrue more to developed countries as they are able to expand their markets in the other countries. Now, some scholars has told that every country or the developing country suddenly cannot come in contact with the world, because they are the developing. They cannot able to compete, they cannot able to compare. Yes, this is also a right thing. When I will tell that you will just compare with a poor and a rich, with a beggar and a rich person, you will tell no, the beggar will be a rich person only when the beggar will come in contact with the rich person and start competing with the rich person. Can it possible? It may not be possible, or it will not possible, because beggar cannot come in any competition with a rich person. So this, some scholars has told about this thing. Same thing, India after independence was very much little of developing. It was, you can tell about underdeveloped only. So how it was very a hardship for India to compete or start competing with world. It was very much difficult. Second, globalization compromises the welfare and identity of people belonging to poor countries. Globalization compromises the welfare and identity of people belonging to poor countries. So globalization sometimes does not look into the poor countries. It's all about world economy, no? So globalization does not look into the welfare of the poor countries. This is also a bad thing. Third, market-driven globalization increases the economic disparities among nations and people. What it is telling? It is telling market-driven globalization increases the economic disparities among nations and people. Now, since this globalization is a matter of India, for example, India and foreign, there will be always be a disparity between this India and foreign, because India is a developing and foreign is totally a developed. Yes, good afternoon Hemant, but sorry, you are just came at the end of the class where I am going to end now. Okay, so please from tomorrow come in time, Hemant. You know the timetable, everyone knows the timetable. And I used to remember you, I have to give a notification also, I give in the WhatsApp chat that, or in the group, that please come in time. So Hemant, please come in time from tomorrow. Okay. So market driven globalization increases the economic disparity among nations and people. Since here the nation and people, or the nation, example India and foreign, they are not equal, they are not standing in equal stage, so there will be some disparities. So these are the small disadvantage with the globalization used to have, but yet this globalization is important for everyone, for India, for foreign, for the quality of the goods, main thing for growth, for modernization. Okay, now Tomorrow we will starting with the outsourcing. You will be knowing what is this outsourcing. It is a new point for you, a new word to you also. I will explain it tomorrow. And students, more importantly, I am telling you, in the Google Classroom I have sent the marks wise question and answers of Indian economy first chapter and the second chapter. Go through it nicely. Okay, these are whichever I have sent, it's a sample of it. I have sent according to my. You will not read that only, you will read thoroughly the whole chapter. Those are the guidelines or the guiding question and answers which you should able to note. From there you can able to get an idea how to write an answer for how much marks, what is the answer pattern, how much you will write for 3 marks, how much you will write for 4 marks, 6 marks, like that all. Okay, so go through those question and answers. Okay, I'll be sending today's work, okay, to you in the Google Classroom. And please student, tell your friends also, those who have not joined in the Google Classroom, take a step to tell them also to join the Google Classroom, because they're losing the notes. Okay, I will not send any notes in the WhatsApp. I will just send the notes, relevant MCQ question answers, 3-4 marks, 6 marks question answers to that Google Classroom only. Okay, so please, you also from your side approach your friends. Exactly, you can do much more better than me, because the friends listen very much to your only friends only, they will listen to. So it's your duty. Those who have joined here now, please tell your students, friends, those who have not joined in the Google Classroom, to join as fast as possible. Okay, thank you students, everyone.